There are moments in life when everything feels like it's falling apart. You could be surrounded by people, laughing, talking, pretending everything is fine, but deep down, there's an emptiness that refuses to go away. I know that feeling. I remember the nights when sleep wouldn't come, no matter how exhausted I was. The silence of the room felt deafening, and my own thoughts became my worst enemy. Regret after regret replayed in my mind, like a broken record I couldn't turn off. The mistakes I had made, the wrong turns, the lost time, I felt like I was drowning in it. I tried to ignore it. I told myself it didn't matter. I distracted myself with everything I could: entertainment, work, friends, social media, anything to keep my mind from thinking too much. But no matter what I did, the emptiness remained. And the scariest part, I didn't even know who I was anymore. There was a time when things were different. When I was younger, I had dreams. I had faith. I believed in something greater. But as life went on, I got caught up in the world. Success, money, status. It all became more important than anything else. I told myself I was just living my life, that I was doing what everyone else was doing. But deep inside, I felt lost. At first, I ignored the signs: the guilt, the uneasiness, the feeling that something was missing. But over time, it became impossible to ignore. No matter how much I gained, it never felt like enough. No matter how much I tried to be happy, something always felt off. And then, one night, everything changed. It was just another night, or at least I thought it was. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, waiting for sleep to take me. But that night, something felt different. I felt a heaviness I couldn't explain. A kind of sadness that ran deeper than anything I had ever felt before. It wasn't just regret. It wasn't just loneliness. It was something else. Something I couldn't name. Then, out of nowhere, a question entered my mind. What if this is it? What if this is all life will ever be? The thought sent a chill down my spine. I had never been one to think about death, about the afterlife, about what would happen when this life ended. But in that moment, I couldn't avoid it. I thought about all the years I had wasted, all the times I had pushed away the truth, all the times I had felt a whisper in my heart telling me to turn back, to seek something greater. But I had ignored it, and suddenly I realized something terrifying. I had spent my entire life running, running from responsibility, running from my mistakes, running from myself. And worst of all, I had been running from Allah. I don't know how long I lay there, staring into the darkness. Minutes? Hours? Time felt meaningless. But eventually something shifted. I felt a pull, something deep inside me telling me to get up, to do something I hadn't done in a long, long time. Pray. The thought scared me. I had neglected my prayers for so long. I had distanced myself from my faith. How could I just go back now, after everything, after all the sins, all the mistakes, all the times I had turned away? I hesitated, but then another thought entered my mind. What if this is my last chance? The fear hit me like a wave. What if I died like this? What if I left this world without ever making things right? I couldn't ignore it anymore. Slowly, hesitantly, I got up. My body felt heavy, my heart was racing. I made wudu, the cold water sending a shiver through me. And then, for the first time in what felt like forever, I stood for prayer. I can't explain what happened in that moment. As I whispered, Allahu Akbar, and bowed my head, something inside me broke. Tears filled my eyes. My voice trembled. Every word of Surah Al-Fatiha felt like a plea, like a cry from the deepest part of my soul. Ya Allah, forgive me. Ya Allah, guide me back to you. I didn't even know what I was saying. The words just poured out of me. The pain, the regret, the sorrow. It all came crashing down, and I let it. And then, as I placed my forehead on the ground, something incredible happened. For the first time in years, I felt at peace. That one prayer didn't fix everything. It didn't erase my past. It didn't make me a perfect person overnight. But it was a beginning. I started small. One prayer at a time. One step at a time. Some days were harder than others. Some days, the whispers of doubt returned, telling me I wasn't good enough, that it was too late. But every time that happened, I reminded myself of something beautiful. Allah's mercy is greater than any sin. No matter how far I had strayed, He had never abandoned me. I was the one who had turned away. But the moment I turned back, I found Him waiting for me with open arms. And when my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the call of the supplicant when he calls upon me. Quran 2, 186. Those words became my anchor, my hope. I wasn't alone. I had never been alone. It's been a journey. A difficult, painful, but beautiful journey. And I know I still have a long way to go. But one thing I know for sure, Turning back to Allah was the best decision I ever made, because nothing in this world, no amount of wealth, no amount of success, no amount of temporary pleasure, can ever compare to the peace of knowing that you are loved, that you are forgiven, that you are guided. If you're struggling, if you feel lost, if you think it's too late for you, please listen to me. It's not too late. No matter how far you've gone, no matter what you've done, the door to Allah's mercy is always open. All it takes is one step, one prayer, one sincere moment of turning back, and you'll find Him closer than you ever imagined. If this message touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, because you never know who might need to hear it. And remember, no matter how dark things seem, the light is always there. All you have to do is turn back. If you found this message meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe. Maybe this will reach someone who needs it most. And remember, Allah is always near.